One thing that I thought I'd quickly talk about is a lot of people are calling for the game to be boycotted because of JK Rowling's comments around trans people, and I find this really interesting for a multitude of reasons. Predominantly because I think that, first of all, I'm not boycotting the game. I'm definitely going to buy it. But the idea is, if you're buying the game, you're supporting JK Rowling. Firstly, I don't think that me buying a game of a franchise that I don't think that I have to stop enjoying Harry Potter because of something that JK Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, has said or done. And it is that kind of weird thing of separating the art from the artist. Like, do you feel weird listening to Michael Jackson songs? Would you watch The Cosby Show, which no one even watches anyway, but you know what I mean. It's along those lines. I guess for me, it becomes a slippery slope, because when you're talking about boycotting things because of something that someone has said, I don't really think that that is an achievable goal that we can police. And the reason for that is that I guarantee you, everything that you love, somewhere, someone who is involved in that thing has done something really bad or has exploited someone for money or something like that. I always find it really fascinating that these people that call for cancelling people, boycotting people, etc. I don't really know where it starts and stops. It seems to be only things that they don't like. But I always bring up the example, for instance, of if you currently own an iPhone, which I do, you must know on some level that Apple has used slave labor in the past. They have used child slave labor. So if you own an iPhone, you are actively engaging in a big company exploiting children and using them as slaves. That's categorically a fact. There's evidence of it. If you've used Amazon, if you've bought something off Amazon, you must know that someone in the chain of you getting that package the next day, someone somewhere is being exploited. And when it comes to movies and stuff, I watched the first Lord of the Rings movie earlier this year. By the way, I haven't made any traction on watching all the movies, which I promised to do at the start of the year, but I thought it was great. And at the end, it came up with executive producer Harvey Weinstein. And I guess no one should watch any of the Lord of the Rings movies because Harvey Weinstein was involved in their creation. Admittedly, he probably doesn't profit from them anymore because his company was disbanded, but I guess the argument is that JK Rowling actively benefits from you buying the game, but I also think, why not direct that anger at all of the people that are working on the game? Because all of those people have taken a job knowing that they are supporting the Harry Potter franchise by JK Rowling. I just think the buck doesn't stop, and it just becomes this snowball effect of if we're getting into the ethics and the morals of this, then what about this, and this? You just... And other people telling people, don't buy this game, you're a horrible person if you buy your game. No, you're not. You're not a horrible person if you like Harry Potter. You're not a horrible person if you like the movies or read the books or listen to the audiobooks or engage with it in any way. It's a good community, and once art is out in the world, you take it however you want. You interpret it however you want. Once it's gone from the artist's hands, it doesn't belong to them anymore. So, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good way to be or behave, and I often think it comes from a very loud section of very left-wing politics that I feel are almost always exceptionally hypocritical. And, when I think of my political leaning, I would say I'm pretty centre-left. I'm pretty progressive, but I don't know. I was watching Bill Burr's new comedy special. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Live at Black Rocks or something. And he was talking about this kind of stuff as well. It's like you only complain when it's not affecting you, like the iPhone thing. And I always hear the argument of like when people are anti-mining but they're using iPhones. You must know that you are actively benefiting from mining and the mining industries while you are using your iPhone. What do you think is inside an iPhone that makes it run? And I do think that that's hypocritical. I think if you're anti-mining, you shouldn't be reaping the benefits of it. You should take a stand and not reap the benefits of mining. It's the same way I think that if you are anti-horse racing, but then go home and cook a steak, like which animals do you care about? Do you just care about the horses? Because that steak was an animal as well. I don't know. I just think it's a slippery slope. And maybe getting into some controversial territory, but that's just what I think. So I'm not boycotting the game. I'm definitely buying it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it. And yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm bloody doing it. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to get a discussion going, and I'd love for any retorts. Like, I'm not closed off to feedback or criticism, but I just don't think that boycotting stuff is the right way. Of course, if you don't want to buy the game, if you want to boycott it, then boycott it. Don't buy it, but don't tell other people what to do, and don't shame other people for wanting to engage with something they love. You know, you could literally shame people for going to see Marvel movies, which, you know, Disney has almost a monopoly on the film industry. They've bought so many studios, they have so much content, so much IP that is great. They're destroying small filmmakers. That is a reality. And you could say, well, if you go and see a Marvel movie, you are anti, like, independent filmmakers, you're destroying those people. I don't know. Anyway, it's just, there's too many slippery slopes.